What's up, you guys? So sorry. I had to change the time so many times. But welcome, one and all. I'm so glad you're here. Let me take this down. Also, if the music is too loud, make sure you let me know. We'll turn it way down. Probably there. That's good. All right, so welcome everybody. Hello Tasha. Hello Pixel. I'm so glad you guys are here. We've got so much to talk about. I want to talk about one thing in particular real quick. Kiely's family has come out and asked us, not to just misuse, I guess, what's happened to her. And it's sad to me that people are even doing that. If there's something new that comes out, if you have new information, or even if it's something old and you found something new that could, help with this, then I understand that. That's great. You're doing something good to try and help. If you're trying to find the truth about things and not just using propaganda and hearsay to further your initiative, then, that's fine. But I do get what they're saying. And I noticed her stepfather must be, he must have created a channel of sorts just to get on and, try and share his thoughts on the situation. And I respect it. So I won't be creating any content about Kiely unless it's for the good of truth, for the good of finding justice for her. And also, it's weird to do things like this when you've got so much misinformation being spread about the victim. See, now is death certificate. That was crazy. I don't know, Tasha, I haven't been watching Zav's stuff, so I don't know anything recent that she's put out. I just know there's been a lot of things going on. And as we all know, we have the main man, as I noticed he called himself. I've been watching back and clipping some things to put together like a slideshow, I guess you could say. When someone gets involved in something and then they think they are like the most important, the leader, that right there tells you there's an issue. Our brains, they all work differently, right? But the reason psychologists and therapists can figure out, like, if you have this certain psychological disorder, it's because you show traits that are similar to other people who also have those same traits. People who have big egos and lots of money in their pocket, they think sometimes that they can just totally stomp on anyone they want to. I've noticed in our case with Ryan UpChurch, he really loves to stomp on women. And the men that he goes after, it's never a man that, can fight or has money or has the platform. It's never that. It's always someone who doesn't have anyone to back them. And we're creating a community that doesn't want to see other people brought into this thing and hurt. Even if it isn't connected to Kiely Rodni's case, even if it's just like the other videos he was making. Now that I look back, I feel disgusted that I ever watched any of it or found any of it entertaining. I mean, it's like it just opened my eyes that all of this, it's been the same pattern. It just continues. So I'm going to share a lot of things with you today. I'm also going to be sharing the thing I told you about, the online bullying hurts in real life campaign that I'm involved in with Influencer. See, I'm a part of Influencer. Well, Cyber Smile, it's not just the Smile Foundation, it's the Cyber Smile Foundation. They collaborated with Urban Decay and then also Influencer to try and get the message out there. Online bullying hurts people. It hurts their real lives. Welcome, Bedtime Clown. Welcome, everyone. I'm glad you're here. But I want to share just their website with you guys. Hold on. I need to drink this water. Lord. Also, thank you, Liquid Death. I really, really love your water. It's good. Okay. This is the Cyber Smile Foundation's website right here. And they're a good platform. They speak out for, those that don't have a voice of their own almost. It's a really good foundation. If anybody, is looking to donate to a foundation, maybe this is one that you would like to look into. They do a lot for the youth, and I'm all about that. That's wonderful. See, here it is. Stop online bullying. Words hurt in real life. Let's cancel online hate together. And I have been reaching out with Influencer about our current situation, because it's not just online bullying. It's like a rich person who thinks that their status makes them untouchable. So it's even worse than that. And then also, if you are being bullied, or if you need an outlet, right here, stopbullying.gov. You can go here. There are resources. It tells you about prevention, cyberbullying. What is cyberbullying? Let's look at this, okay? And just look at this girl up here, this image. How sad and just into her phone she is. She's just devastated. Let me drink a little bit of my water. Cyberbullying is bullying that takes place over digital devices like cell phones, computers, and tablets. Cyberbullying can occur through SMS, text, and apps, or online and social media, forums, or gaming where people can view, participate in, or share content. Cyberbullying includes sending, posting, or sharing negative, harmful, false, or mean content about someone else. It can include sharing personal or private information about someone else, causing embarrassment or humiliation. Some cyberbullying crosses the line into unlawful or criminal behavior, which is what we are looking at with UpChurch and the Creek Squad community. The most common places where cyberbullying occurs are social media, such as Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok, text messaging, messaging apps on mobile or tablet devices, Instagram messages, direct messages, and online chatting over the internet, online forums, chat rooms, message boards such as Reddit, email, online gaming, YouTube. Let's not forget that one. Let's watch this little video they've got here. Is it cyberbullying? It is.
Cyberbullying happens when someone posts or shares harmful or mean content about someone else on the internet, social media, apps, texts, video games, or digital devices. Take this example. Maddie took a screenshot of her classmate Shonda's photo from social media. She then used an app to make Shonda look like a monster in the photo and added some insulting words. After sharing it in a group text, some classmates replied with hurtful, mean comments about Shonda. Others laughed and shared it with others. Is it cyberbullying? Yes. Maddie wanted to embarrass Shonda, and by doing so, she encouraged others to do the same. What can Shonda do? Take screenshots of the cyberbullying. It's painful, but Shonda needs to document what happened in case it happens again. Shonda can also block the group texts. She should tell what happened to an adult she trusts. Together, they may want to report what happened to the school. How about this one? Malcolm plays multiplayer video games online with people he only knows through gaming. A few of them have added him on social media. One player, Lucas123X, or Lucas, used to chat with him a lot while playing, asking a bunch of personal questions. Malcolm answered and didn't think much about it. But one day, Lucas posted all kinds of personal information about Malcolm on social media, mixed in with lies and comments about his ethnicity and gaming skills. Is it cyberbullying? Yes. Lucas was trying to harm Malcolm and his reputation. What can Malcolm do? He can take screenshots of the posts and block Lucas on social media. What Lucas did may have also violated the rules of the social media site and the gaming platform. Malcolm should report Lucas's behavior to the sites. He can also avoid a game if he knows Lucas is one of the players. Malcolm can tell an adult about what happened. Together, they can help determine if they should report it to the police. And remember, never give out personal information to strangers. Here's another one. Jaden and his friend Dylan were having fun. getting around after school. Jaden took photos and posted them online. One photo showed Dylan making a weird face, which they both found funny, but other kids who saw it started posting mean comments about Dylan's face in the photo. Dylan was upset by the photo and the comments. Is it cyberbullying? No. If Jaden didn't mean any harm and he's willing to delete the photo, it is not cyberbullying. If Jaden doesn't delete the photo after seeing the negative comments being posted about his friend Dylan, he could be contributing to cyberbullying, though. What can Dylan do? He can ask Jaden to remove the post and, in the future, to ask permission before sharing photos of him. If Jaden is a friend, he'll respect Dylan's request, apologize, and delete the photo. For more information, visit stopbullying.gov.
Okay. So y'all seen, in this situation, it's talking about children, right? And that's one of my largest concerns when we're talking about what's going on. How many more people, how many more victims will there be? When we look back at what Ryan has done in the past up to this point, he's been doing this all along. And just for example, when they went through XanaMay's video there at the end in her car, in the back of her car, they claimed that she had scuba gear. Now, Captain Kurt came and told me that they eventually realized that it was actually a kayak cart. However, they failed to update any of the posts that any of them made on their community posts, on Instagram, on anywhere. They did not update anything. They left it out there for their viewers, their supporters, for the Creek Squad to think that they were accurate when they absolutely were not. Now, someone else had asked me about the video that I shared from XanaMay. She is my friend. We are in contact. No, I don't put her up here to be questioned and crucified and further stoned to death. Instead, I'm speaking for her because she doesn't need to further answer millions and millions of questions. I know that there are questions that need answered for her to be able to share with you that she is absolutely innocent of the things she has been accused of. But one viewer had asked me about, the timestamp or whatever. So she was recording on her body cam, the other footage that people were like, why did she say, oh, there she is? Well, at that time when she saw the poster, she picks up her phone and decides to record it. So she has two different recordings of that. I'm going to share my screen out with you once again, and we're going to go up and look at that. I message myself so that I can get all of my stuff that I want to bring to you in order. However, we're going to have to go on up. I hope everyone's doing good today. I started to do this yesterday, but yesterday would have been my dad's 72nd birthday. And I know a lot of you are aware of, the pain that all that brought. So here's that video again on her cell phone where she says, oh, there she is. And it's like 8 seconds long or something. So. See, there she is. It's completely innocent. And then on the body cam footage, they made it out like she was near the water saying that. And you can see here, she's not. She's not near the water. You cannot make accusations and hearsay, false accusations to make your story work. And that's what's been going on this entire time. In my opinion, I believe that even Myro was one of these things that he's used to make his story seem more believable. That's just my opinion. So until we can prove it, that's what it is. But I have a lot of things that I've sent myself to show you guys. I want to show you her sleeping arrangements. XanaMay sent these to me. So here's Hazmat with his pretty little light up collar. And I want to show you the sleeping arrangement that XanaMay had, what time she stayed in her car while she was out at Prosser. Mind you, she also stayed with a friend one night. She was in the area for a few days, but this was way after the party, after what happened to Kiely. This was around the same time that everyone had went out to help out and search for things. For example, Check It TV was out in a canoe with his dog on the very same day that XanaMay was out in her kayak with hazmat. And if you guys remember that whole assault, she was being it was being inferred. It wasn't said necessarily, but it was alluded to that she was out there in a kayak with her dog, so she must have killed her dog and buried it. So XanaMay was upset about that because she did not do that, obviously, and that's false. And although Ryan did not say it, he inferred it for his Creek Squad to then spread it like wildfire and say that it was true. Those are false accusations. So again, here's her sleeping arrangement. You see a little hazmat there. Her vehicle is set up very nice. She has one of those like mattresses you put in your vehicle. She has lighting set up. She has her chairs. She had everything. She had her dog food for her dog. She's just a really kind person, and I wish that everyone else could see that. I want to show you just a few odd things here. There are patterns, and I will be documenting it. I'm only going to touch on a few things today. So a lot of you saw, the WWE style post, all of that we've talked about. But did you know, Sheriff's Office meeting with country star on same day he served order coincidentally? Now, isn't that just ironic? So when he's being served, for court with Nicole Arbor the first time, she took him to court, the first time she had went in and had all this done, this took place. Nashville, Tennessee, WZ-TV. The Cheatham County Sheriff's Office in Tennessee says a meeting, Hold on, I'm going to look at that in just a moment. Okay. Says a meeting and photo op with country music artist Ryan UpChurch coincidentally took place on the same day an order of protection was served against UpChurch. On March 17th of 2021, UpChurch visited with leaders of his hometown sheriff's office to show appreciation in the form of giving the department his first gold album, Southern Land. WZ-TV learned that same day UpChurch was served an order of protection. Verna Wyatt with Tennessee Voices for Victims criticized the post. Well, Verna Wyatt, I will be contacting you. So she criticized the post shared on Facebook by the Cheatham County Sheriff's Office, calling it insensitive and inappropriate for the victim for which the order of protection was served. Now the Cheatham County Sheriff has issued a statement explaining the two events were coincidental and the order originated out of Davidson County, which was then served by their department. In a statement to WZ-TV, Lieutenant Kenneth Miller, the department's public information officer, states they issued the order to UpChurch at the sheriff's office on March 17th, but did not know details of the order. Since this order was issued in Davidson County, we would have not had the full circumstances that led to it being issued. We would have had a copy of the petitioner's statement, but no access to any reports associated with this order. A request for an order of protection can be submitted even if there was no incident reported merely upon the request of the petitioner, so there may have been no further information available. However, we know that there were. He ended up having to go to court over it. Lieutenant Miller could not confirm if the department has received a full copy of the order yet, but clarified the timing was not intentional. On March 17th of 2021, Mr. UpChurch did in fact present the Cheatham County Sheriff's Office with his first gold album. This was something that had been discussed prior to the order of protection, and unfortunately, timing was merely coincidental. Do you honestly believe that Ryan did not know what was going to happen? He did, in my opinion. I'll just put it that way. Mr. UpChurch has always been a proponent of the Cheatham County Sheriff's Office. Of course, you need those people in your pocket, like he said over on Straight Shooting. He claimed he had Cheatham County, TBI, FBI, all the sheriff's offices in his pocket. But why would you need to have them in your pocket unless you're doing wrong? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I get supporting police, supporting things, but as I've learned more about him through this case, and then finding out that he was actually involved in other cases, it appears that even possibly he got into the Delphi case, which I did not know. There are people on forums talking about how they stopped stopped watching things because of his harassment. And I did not know that. I didn't know it went back that far. Mr. UpChurch has lent his voice and persona with our annual Shop with a Cop event, our fundraising for our fallen deputies, and several other things, and even events prior to this order being issued. Despite their association, Lieutenant Miller states it has not and will not affect the way he would be treated where he's to be found in a violation of the law. I don't know if I believe that. I really don't. It doesn't seem that they would ever do anything with him. He's gotten away with all of these things time and time again. I mean, I know Johnny Goebel and I was a corrections officer, used to book him in. So it's not like we're friends, right? I'm actually friends with the cop that he goes on about a lot, John Holbrook. So although I do think that Johnny Goebel was victimized and harassed and treated awfully, I don't think we caught it in time. At the time, I thought he was harassing everyone else. That's the way it was portrayed. And now I'm questioning myself. Was he a victim as well? I guess it's possible. Meeting with Verna White on Tennessee Voices for Victims and welcomed meeting with the victim who filed the order. Also, in the story, we hear of a statement from the petitioner that she felt scared and intimidated by the Facebook post regarding the presentation of the gold record. Well, I would imagine so. That poor girl, whatever happened, I do not know for sure, but I can tell you she was most likely another victim of Ryan UpChurch. And I'm sure she was scared. It makes it seem awful when you got this guy who's already got the status, got the money, has like a cult-like following in some ways, people that will definitely attack for him and have many times attacked innocent people. And they went after her really hard. And what if it's true? What if this really happened to her? You know? So, again, we would welcome the opportunity to sit down and meet with them and discuss their concerns and fears and perhaps be able to alleviate them. But there's other things, you guys. This isn't the only article I want to share with you about things that he's done. There are many. See, that's not it. Those are things I'm going to go over with you, other cases. So here we go. Artist sues country rapper who shot paintings with assault rifle. After a payment dispute flooded onto social media, the country rapper UpChurch posted an Instagram video where he destroyed Jacob Aaron Lavelle, I guess, his painting by repeatedly shooting them. And there are those paintings. They were created by Jacob Aaron Lavelle, I guess. And they're absolutely beautiful. Last November, the country music performer Ryan Edward UpChurch uploaded an Instagram video of himself shooting several rounds of bullets from an assault rifle into Jacob Aaron Lavelle's paintings before tagging one of the canvases with an insult directed towards the artist. The self-described hip-hop rapper then auctioned off the damaged artwork over social media. A lawsuit filed by the artist with Florida federal court on Monday alleges that UpChurch violated the Visual Artists' Rights Act of 1990, VERA, when he intentionally mutilated the two paintings. One depicted the musician and the other representing Johnny Cash, and defamed Lavelle by posting the video for the Redneck Nation, country rapper's 1.4 million Instagram followers. More than 155,000 of which have viewed the video since it was posted on November the 9th, 2018. Guys, this is, like I said, there are patterns of just absolute disregard for other humans on earth. And it's a shame. It's an absolute shame. So let me come back and see what you guys are saying real quick. Let's see. We'll further into that. Let's see. How did the case end? You mean like Hillary Clinton and the FBI? How did the court case end? See, this is California. This is how we all, let's see, how we are relaxing. Outdoor living, as most of California peoples do, is free of charge. You're welcome, check it. And if you'd like to come up on panel, I'd love to have you up. I myself want to apologize to you for ever kind of falling for some of the stuff that was coming from his camp. I do my due diligence, and I've realized that you're not SF, you are Check It, and you've done a lot of good for everyone, and you're extremely welcome. This has to be done. It has to be documented. I've been talking with a lot of people. I've reached out to Ashley Banfield and many others. A lot of people that he's scorned and hurt and defamed and harassed. So you're welcome to come up if you'd like. If you don't want to, that's okay too. But yeah, you're one of the people that he has trashed, absolutely trashed, and it's unreal. So I've got a lot of other things pulled up. Let's see. Every time he gets mad, he calls the content creator a P word. Yeah, of course. He wants to go straight to that because nobody wants to be called the P word. Nobody wants to be called a murderer. Nobody wants to be called any of those things. Ravage awakened. We will get to that, okay? And another thing, actually, when we talk more into these cases, you're going to see that it appears with Ryan's status, he gets by with way too many things. And it's unfair, and we've got to do something about it. If there isn't a law to protect people online for these things, for people like him, there will be. You got to imagine if this continues, how many more victims will there be? How many more people will be hurt from this? And our youth, our children, the internet is growing vastly, very fast. Our children are going to be online more and more. They don't have a getaway no more. When they go to school and they're getting bullied and treated bad, they come home and they get that same treatment online. You know what I'm saying? They don't have a getaway, no escape from it. It's constant. So you think about that. You see what Ryan's doing. And now just imagine these children in the future. If we don't do something to create a law against this, something where someone can be absolutely prosecuted, what's going to happen? See, YouTubers attack victims, families, and friends for years now with zero regard. Yes, absolutely. But in this situation, we have someone with a huge platform. He's famous and rich. And I'm white, so I'm going to say this. He's also white, and he feels very privileged. He thinks of no one else when he does these things. He thinks of himself. See, so you're admitting that CNN hit with half-truths. The case had not been done yet. They had not went to court yet. So that's what I'm saying. I'm saying they documented what they knew and what was going on at that time. Hi, Lynn. Thank you guys so much for all the support. And again, check it. Thank you for being here. I don't blame you if you don't want to come up. That's fine. But just know I do support you, and that's why I tagged you. I feel like you are also another victim. And Tony Dodge. I've heard a lot of bad things. I've seen a lot of bad things. I don't know what he does in his private time. If he does things like that, he should have to own up for it, But he is also a victim of this. See, it's already done. It's going to be discussed. This is a pattern, as well as I'm going to be discussing how Mr. UpChurch gets involved in many cases. Let's go over here. Let me pull this back up for you. And I'm trying to do this as respectfully as possible. I have no hate in my heart. I only want to help change and do things for the good. You can take that however you want. I don't care. See, after this Kiely Rodni case, I'm done with true crime for a while, says this person on Reddit. Hold on. My voice is getting so bad. I've been so sick. I've been a true crime enthusiast for a while. I've even made my own YouTube videos discussing cases, but I am done. This whole thing has been disgusting to me. The true crime community needs to take a long, hard look at itself and how they affect families. There has been so much speculation and outright insane conspiracy theories being pushed by people with tons of followers. Who do you think that that's alluding to? They are even convincing people that this girl never even existed. See, that's what they want us to forget. That's why they went back to harassing XanaMayX. That's why he was going to try and create some type of agenda, saying I have an agenda against him. You're wrong, buddy. I'm not friends with Johnny. I used to book Johnny into the jail. And since you hurt Johnny so much and caused him so many troubles, he's not willing to say much. He's part of your cult because he don't want to be abused like everyone else that goes against what you say or has a different opinion. There has been so much speculation and outright insane conspiracy theories being pushed by people with tons of followers. They are even convincing people that this girl never even existed. I just feel gross, like I need a shower. There has to be some sort of ethics and morals when it comes to these communities tapping the glass, so to speak. It is destroying these families. Absolutely. And her family has been speaking up, but are they listening? No. Now, when you go over to Reddit and you search Ryan UpChurch online harassment, you'll find this, all of this. Missing persons and the online mob, Kiely Rodni and Ryan UpChurch. I don't know what to think about what Ryan UpChurch is doing. Update. Check out Ryan UpChurch's video he recently posted about YouTuber ADC. Very scratchy. A complete dissertation of Ryan UpChurch. This is off topic and it's only applicable to Delphi, as Delphi is represented in the greater true crime community of content creators. So when we start looking into it, it seems as though he's put his toes in the sand quite a few times. And it wasn't like he created any content about that on his channel that I ever saw. But yeah, when you go through here, it's a lot of people are scared to be honest about it. Well, I'm not afraid. I think that if we don't do this now, if we don't start doing this now, it's only going to get worse. And it's already starting to get worse. Violence and trolling on social media. Since that's what he's claimed, that's what he's doing, supposedly, allegedly. Well, he hasn't actually claimed it, but he's tried to make mention to it. He was trying to do that after he had made all these accusations towards Mel and towards XanaMayX. That's when he started saying, no, she's not real. And after he'd spoke to cops, let me tell you. But his theory was that, let me just come back. I don't know if we'll look over these yet. There are other cases of like Instagram, like big influencers who have huge platforms that are harassing people. That's their content. I found quite a few cases against it. So there is something we can do. I was told there's not like there's anything you can do. Well, there is something that we can do, and I'm doing it. I'm reaching out to anyone with an ear, people with power, politicians, mainstream media entities, all of that. That's what we're going to have to do, because he is not willing to hear us out and say, no, this is wrong. I should not do it. Oh, Reddit, what a reliable source. Those are people's opinions. Those are how people are feeling. Those are things that are happening. Let's see. Girls memo. No, I do not have Zap Girl's memo. I've not been watching Zap Girl's stuff since the whole 11-year-old thing. Not that I have anything against her. I just think that she's being done really wrong, in my opinion. And thank you so much, Angela. Yeah, you guys, you know that they come in here and troll. They don't want to hear this. They do not want people to realize that Ryan UpChurch is a bad person and that he's not this good old country boy that he had us all believing he was. I was a fan. I'm a fan of a lot of things, if you haven't noticed. I keep myself relevant. I know what's going on. I'm good with YouTube. Let's see. Check it. Okay. It's shameful to say the least, but somehow YouTube creators have slipped through the cracks and under the YouTube community guidelines radar. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's not like I haven't been tagging YouTube in some things like that are very, very disturbing. Him holding assault rifles while talking about my friend's anime. Is that a threat? It seems to be an unsaid threat. He doesn't say it. He infers it, whether it's with items or with other wording. He does it, just like I pointed out with Tony Dodge. I just feel there isn't enough people willing to counter these content creators because viewers flock towards the drama. I just feel personally bad for the victims. Absolutely. That's like right now. If I was on board with his notions and just tapping his back and going along with everything he said, there would be so many people in here right now viewing this. But because we are talking about the truth, talking about what he's doing, it's not the popular narrative, so that's why they're not willing to do it. I'm not here for that. I'm here for every victim. And it doesn't have to just be victims of Ryan UpChurch. Anyone that's ever been bullied, harassed, defamed, falsely accused, you are welcome here. And I'm not going to stop pushing for new laws, stricter laws. I'm talking about jail sentences. If you continue to hurt people like this, there will be consequences when we are done. It's a shame that right now, there are things you can do. Just like I said, go over here to this cyberbullying website. There are outlets. There's resources, plenty of resources, but not enough. There is not enough stuff to protect us and our future youth. Let's see, get help now. How to talk about bullying. Media guide. Let's see, how to talk about bullying. How should I talk to you guys about it? Let's read this. This seems important. Talking about bullying can be difficult for everyone. There are many ways to raise the subject of bullying and start the conversation before bullying happens, or even if you are concerned that it may be happening. How to talk to kids about bullying. Children who experienced or witnessed bullying may want to discuss it with their parents, but not know how to bring it up. This is like how it works for everyone, though. This is the same thing, where Ryan is such a large entity and he's got so many people willing to blindly back him. People are afraid to bring it up, afraid to talk about it. So it's almost the same with children. It's like the same thing because children are afraid. They're afraid of somebody. They're afraid of a bigger entity, the big bully. And like listening back, someone who has a God complex, a big ego, someone with the funds that he has, the platform that he has, all of those things, of course, that's going to scare a lot of people off. They're not going to say anything. And it's such a shame. And it's been going on and on and on and on. Hold on. Let's go look at that. I'm going to show you if he hasn't taken them down because he has deleted most of his really bad content or made it private. Let's just have a little look-see. And I thank all of you for being here with me today. I hope you share this, share the message, get this out there. It's not okay. It's not okay to hurt anyone. It's not okay to make false accusations about people. Like, I don't know if Tony's really a bad dude or not, but I do know that that message was spam. I do know that he painted him out to be something that he may not be. And if that's the case, that's just absolutely despicable. Just like with Check It, all the things that he said about him because he associated with SF, that's wrong. And even I had to apologize for that. So let's look it up here. Go to his channel and just see. He's got some different content mixed in here, but when we go way back, that's what you'll see. Plenty of just harassing people. Johnny Goble, Nicole Arbor, Justin Adams, XanaMayX, Tony Dodge. I mean, just so many people. Oh, and then he also went after that big country dude. Remember him? I can't think of his name, but he didn't lay on that one very thick. He just did a couple of videos and he backed away because I think he knew that old country could probably lay a smackdown on somebody. That's my opinion. You got his introduction here, the superstar, because this is all to get us to be looking at his music. That's what it's going to result to. Dear lady, sincere, and when it's women, he goes hard, and especially his little buddies, they go hard, hard, hard. Let's look through here. Huge red flag called on All American Dream Chasers. He changed some of these titles. Creek Squad discussion. So-and-so will not. May be inappropriate for some users. Well, thank you, YouTube, for finally doing something. Let's just see. Has he took them all down? Videos. Financially effed. About to pull a Taylor Swift. This is when he's going on about his manager, Johnny Cashville, who is just another victim of Ryan's. He's trying to use him to distract from all of this stuff, from Kiely, from what he said. Basically, Ryan said that Kylie's parents had actually murdered their older daughter, but the older daughter had a daughter named Kelly, and that they were then calling Kylie or something like that. And he stated that they done it all for the GoFundMe money. I sat back and said many times, they are going to give that back since AWP come and found her. They don't want the money. So it will be returned. It'll be returned to the people. But GoFundMe is very slow about their refunding of money. Said it many times. And he just continued to go on about it. Like, why has he not answered that? Why did he say that? He was wrong. He's been wrong so many times. And he just continues. He just acts like he was never wrong. He's always right. I mean, just look at all of this. It's crazy. It is an absolute pattern. I'm going to be looking into some of those forums where he got involved with the Gabby Petito case. He got involved with Summer Wells, a little baby, you guys. She's a little baby. Kylie's only 16 years old. Does he care what he's done to her family or her investigation? Absolutely not. All he cares about is that everyone's following what he is saying. And it's absolutely false. For example, XanaMayX was not even near there around that time. She has a job. She has a life. She can't just go and stay forever, you know. Let's see, Gray, and he names them things like that. Like I remember it was like Toothy and Johnny Gobble. He gives them all nicknames. That way his buddies can help him bully these people. I'm so sorry. Harry Coochie Country. Most of all of this is him abusing other people. Here we are. Cracky Tooth. That's where he's talking about Justin Adams. Hold on. Let's just look at this because this is before it got so bad. They're putting tags on all his videos.
Folks, we have breaking news. Like it's broken. Without any further ado, I'll give you the legend of Johnny Gobble and the Cracky Tooth Chronicles.
Now, it seems funny. It seems like he's likable, but that's because of the editing and all these weird little things he does.
But they heard me pulled up with some other boy that I made friends with, and they ended up texting the church saying, hey, man, there's a boy down here about that. And I didn't know this.
You guys have no idea how many people were on board with this. You know, we thought that they were in the wrong, not Ryan UpChurch. Surely not. He's famous. He's got this big platform. Of course, he would never do those things, would he?
How it went down until years later, but
All right, so the guy on top is Johnny Gobble. The guy on the bottom is Cracky Tooth. So Cracky Tooth, the guy on the bottom who sounds like an old grandma with mesothelioma, is apparently about to tell a story that I'm involved in. Let's see how many Johnny Gobble Cracky Tooth tendencies are in this story. I'm interested.
I was in there playing the Bulletproof, the original one that I wrote way before church and we met. And
I do recommend that you guys go and watch some of this. And I'm glad to see that now YouTube is listening to us. They're putting at least little, markers at the beginning to let you know that this is really not good content. So why have they not took it down? Why have they not done something? Why have they not spoken with Ryan and said, hey, what you're doing is wrong. Your content is all of you harassing, defaming, and hurting other people. And it's a pattern. Why have they not done that? Well, I wonder if it's because his platform's so large. That's like with Logan Paul, for instance. He was surrounded in yes men, just like Ryan, just like that, same thing. And they punished him when he put up the video that he put up. I don't see that this is any different. This boy sat back and called Kiely Rodni fake, said she was not real, said that her family had actually murdered their other daughter and that this is all just a hoax for money. I mean, we could keep going because he also watched Nicole Arbour's music video and then talked terribly about her. That should be on here. And then another girl that sued him, another girl that was supposedly one of his intimate others, a girl he was supposedly involved with. She sings that Dog Beers. She's a victim of Ryan. And like I said, he gets close with the police and stuff, and they're afraid. They feel like they have nobody to reach out to. Like even the cops don't care. That's how they feel. Just looking through here, though, I mean, if you watch a lot of this content, you'll see what I'm talking about. And I don't think it was in the very beginning. I don't believe he was like this. I just think that over time, his ego got so big that he thinks that nothing will ever happen. He'll never have any consequences. He'll never have to own up for anything he's done or said. And that's just not going to fly. We have to stand our ground and just say this is wrong. I wasn't even sharing my screen. Wow. Look at me. Okay, here we go. Let's go down. Let's find this area. I'm just gonna focus on that since I clearly didn't realize that I was not. See, Sissy Country Singer. I wonder who that one's about. These two chicks hate Kid Rock. It's just always videos of him making fun of other people or whatever. And he knows that his following's going to go and harass the shit out of these people. When he was doing the Corbin thing, he really was okay at that time, I thought. The Red Circle. Let's see. The Return of Johnny Gobble. The Chronicles of Cracky Tooth. That's Justin Adams. That's the video that I was trying to share with you. To Johnny. He's saying there that he'll get him into rehab and stuff. The Gobbler Report. It's like he's trying to make up for all the things he done to him. And now they were supposed to be good with each other or whatever. But you seen, they were willing to sacrifice Johnny once again, thinking that I was friends with him and not just that I knew him. I knew him from booking him in the jail, the BSRDC, Big Sandy Regional Detention Center jail. John Holbrook, the cop, is my friend. But I do now think that he's a victim. Harry Coochie Country. He's talking about that one guy that I was telling you about. Here, I believe. Big Country. Look, every one of them now have inappropriate tags.
We interrupt the important shit you're doing to bring you something you don't care about. So Danielle can't really take a joke because Danielle hasn't been on a construction site or done hard work.
Yeah, that's who he's talking about here. Is Big
An
Country.
environment where guys crack on each other and talk shit to each other to make the time go by faster. If somebody cracks a joke on
he acts like he's this hard worker and stuff. Like the other day when he left one of the podcasts, he was like, I got to go work real hard. He was going to tell contractors what to do with the house he's having built. It's just insane. And I'm done with it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of him getting by with it and then just accumulating more and more victims. So yeah, you guys, anyone out there. I've even reached out to Nicole. I cannot state what came from that. I reached out to some old managers and some other people that we will be hearing from in the future. Some of them are afraid to speak at this moment, but eventually they will. And we're not going to stop documenting it and trying to get help. See, oh boy, let's read some of your comments. I'm not going to stay on here very long today. We will be doing a panel. I'm going to have XanaMay on and Psychobabble. You're welcome to come check it. Tony Dodge, you're welcome. Everyone is welcome. Ickadmill. Let's see. I backed up Xana even in Kurt's live. Even if all the chat hates me, go look. Most lives Zav, Kurt, Ryan are on. Stand up against bullying. Speak out. Open your mouth. Absolutely, Rick. Yeah. Thank you. That's exactly what we have to do. You can't be afraid. What's he going to do to us? I mean, there have been threats being made. They told XanaMay that they were going to tie her up and do bad things to her and kill her dog. They've tried to make it look like Tony Dodge is a PEDO. You know what? I don't know if he is or isn't. I would think not. I would hope not. And if he is, police would be handling that. I do know that everybody has a past, right? See, not to bully Ryan, but why does he grow a goatee? I'm not trying to bully him or talk about his appearance. That's not at all what I'm speaking about. And Ravage Awakened, she's already showed those screenshots. These are things that you should know about. And if you don't, you should educate yourself before you follow someone so closely. Let's see, go, Brittany. That crap needs to stop. It does need to stop. I mean, and if there's other people out there, other famous people with platforms that are using their platforms to go after innocent individuals who don't have a platform, who don't have a voice, then they need to be documented as well. And we need to put it together. How else are we going to do anything for our children, for our children's futures online? Because you know as well as I do, the internet is growing. It's going to be even more a part of people's lives in the future. That means our children, even the people supporting Ryan, your children may have to deal with shit like this unless we stand up and have something done. Yeah, there's laws created, defamation, all this and that, but it isn't strict enough. And it's too hard to go against someone like Ryan, right? It won't be. I'm not going to stop. XanaMay isn't going to stop. This has given me more purpose. And Kylie's family, you guys. Oh my God. I called, the other day to hear the recording or to speak with someone, and her voice, you could just hear the pain, the absolute pain in her heart. Coming from a mother that has lost a child, I knew what that pain was. I know where she's at right now. And to have someone that with such a platform that people find to be, he's famous, he's rich, he's a musician, he's this, he's that. He has to be telling the truth. That's what people think. That's what everyone thought when they were bringing him up on panel. They never thought that he was going to start harassing them and then make them the key target for his content. Do you think that XanaMay thought that? No. She was on Tony. She was never inviting Ryan to come on. Tony did. Tony done it thinking it would help his channel, of course. But who would have thought that he would be that reckless, that dangerous of a human being? In a lot of his videos, he's had guns and stuff in his hands while spreading lies about people, and it's like kind of comes off like a threat. I know I would think that. Let's see, and yet you don't know what Zav Girl's update about Ryan. I have not been watching Zav's stuff. I do like Tiffany, but I feel that Ryan is using her. I know that he's trolling our community now at this point. That's what he's going to do to get out of it. And I think that she is going to be hurt. The reason that Ryan goes there is because she's one female that won't say anything to him. She won't go against him. You know what I'm saying? She's got a good heart. She don't want to be mean to anyone. And anyone she knows, in her circle. And he knows that. He knows he can go on there and do whatever, say whatever. He does kind of respect her in a way. He didn't get on there and say those things. But Ryan knew the whole time. He knew the entire time that Kiely was real and that this happened. It was just a diversion. Now, think about that. How reckless and just selfish. She has a family that is watching all of this. They're watching this. They see this. And people say, well, why don't she just stop watching? Well, she's a victim of Ryan as well. This is just disgusting, and I want it to stop. The only way to stop it is what I'm doing right now and what I've been doing behind the scenes. So I want to thank every single person that is supporting us, every single person that has subscribed to both of my channels or any of my channels, every person that's left a good comment, encouragement, that is respectful. All opinions are welcome, but if you have common sense and you are a grown-up, there is no way you can avoid realizing that this is happening. You have to be able to see it. So again, if anyone is being bullied, if anyone is being threatened or defamed or going through these things that all these creators, content creators, and myself has started to go through, there are resources and we can help. We can do it. But yeah, if you want to donate, you can absolutely do that. It's not necessary. You can subscribe. That's free. And I appreciate every ounce of it. You could share this video. This video here shows a lot of things. It goes back to his channel. It shows that. It shows some documents where there is more. And I will have I'll have other documents up tomorrow, possibly, if I can go live tomorrow. I do have a busy life. I have work. I have my daughter. She's in cheer. My husband's a welder. He's all the time out doing things. And besides that, I help with my community as well as the online community. I just came back. I once had a channel, and at that time, COVID was really harsh. And, it was just a different time. So coming back now, I want to continue everything that I started then. I do think that people have lost touch with reality if they spend. You do not have to send anything, you guys, but if you do, I do appreciate it. And it does help. And I will put it towards our initiative of helping victims, helping their families that don't get mainstream attention, as well as furthering the bullying campaign. Somebody had said, Cyber Smile is this, and that, all these lies. It is absolutely not. I've shown you, the resource up there. I'll put the link actually below in the bio. I need to add that, as well as the government link for people who are being harassed and bullied. If Ryan's been harassing you, I need you to go there and use those resources as well. You're allowed to work, but you don't. Ryan is not working. Ryan is a musician, okay? He can talk about true crime, but he shouldn't be harassing people and just picking people who had different opinions to then tie into the story. Have you not realized that's what he's doing? If somebody goes against him, if somebody pisses him off or says anything he doesn't like, he then ties them into the story, especially like if you're even close to California. And that is wrong. And if you can't see that, I'll be praying for you for real. Okay, I really will. Let's see. I don't think people have lost touch with reality. If they spend their whole life online, they will treat other people like this is all just a TV show. Yeah, it's like they don't realize that there's real living human beings out here that are hurt by this stuff. And someone had said like that XanaMayX situation wasn't a monetary damage. Well, they went after her businesses. So yeah, there's monetary damage. And a few others, that I've been helping with things. There's monetary damage with them as well because they rely on their YouTube channels. Some of these creators do. And it's not right. It's not right to tell lies and defame. It's one thing to have theories. It's one thing to speculate. It's a total other thing when you have a mob behind you and you're spreading lies about people and threats. It's really disgusting. Let's see, are we not adults? What society do we live in where we have to go find someone? Where's all the men? Now, living lifetime, it's a shame that you have to search for help like that you even need, that this even needs to be discussed. It's a shame. It really is. Because Ryan is talented. He really is a talented artist. And personally, I liked his music. but I can't even watch any content from him. Like he had created some other videos, like educational things. I could not watch it. I seen through it. Now that I've seen him on long platforms and seen how he actually acts and behaves and how he is so nasty about other people, I just can't consume his stuff and I can't contribute. And that's just like his music. I've stopped listening to that as well. I'm not telling anybody to do the same. But that's how I feel. And that's, see, did Johnny Gobble come out sharper and better? Yeah. Like that's what I'm saying. No, actually he didn't. No, the whole community in Paintsville hates him and they're all embarrassed of him. So not really. He didn't come out of this better at all. Ryan didn't do anything good for him. And besides that, Ryan doesn't have a right to use people, fuck them over, talk about them, harass them, threaten them, have his whole cult after them. And then so that he don't get in trouble, so he doesn't have to deal with the consequences, try to give them a platform or something. You know what I'm saying? That's wrong. Dr. Hill 51. I don't have a P.O. box now. I did have one. I might set one up. I don't know. I'll look into it though, if you would like me to. If you want to send something or if you have something you need to send me, just message me through Instagram and we'll figure something out. So you guys don't want Ryan to go away. No more content. I want Ryan to stop making new victims. If Ryan wants to talk about true crime, that's fine. But stop accusing innocent people of doing things they did not do. It makes him look absolutely unintelligent, okay? See, the parents did it. No, the parents did not do this. And it's not like I didn't look into the parents. You can watch my coverage. I did. I looked into everybody. We all have. But to sit and say that without any proof whatsoever is disgusting. So you guys don't want to. Anyway, I recommend for you guys, I've linked a bunch of different creators. Psychobabble, he's a little more extreme than me. He's a funny dude. He was a huge fan. I mean, I was a fan, but not a, yeah. But these are people that have opened their eyes. We all have seen Ryan through the years and how this has developed and how this has come out. I cannot believe that so many people are willing, just because he's rich and famous and they're hoping that he'll notice them, that they just agree with him. They're afraid. Actually, maybe it's that they're afraid he'll harass them as well. That's very possible. Would I let him up on panel? I would let him up on panel to discuss this bullying situation. I would not have him on panel to discuss Kiely Rodni. No, I would not. But if he wants to talk about what he's done to XanaMay and these other creators, I would have him up. If he wants to talk about all the people that he has victimized, maybe apologize, I'd have him up. But I won't have him up here talking about that little girl and talking against her family and spreading lies and propaganda to get people all fired up. Because the truth of the matter is, he couldn't investigate who was actually there that night. He couldn't figure that out on his own. All he could do is use Google Earth and other people's ideas that's been sent to him and just go with it without any real wrap around it. He doesn't understand. Like he will see something, you tell him something, his eyes light up like a Christmas tree. He's like, oh, I understand. I get it. Yeah, that's true. When it's not. See, I think some of these YouTubers live out their dreams online of being a detective. It's a place where everyone can be whatever they want. Like if you want to be a detective, go to school. Go to school. Get you an education. Get you a freaking, as much as like, go do what I did. Go to school. Get you a degree in criminal justice, applied science, all of that. And then, get you a job with one of the police departments or even volunteer if they are not hiring. Get you a job at a jail, whatever. Get involved and then get your PI license. See, I have two creators I don't listen because their voices, but Brittany has, in my opinion, a strong, powerful, nice voice and is polite. Not like, well, thank you, Jasmina. My voice is absolutely crap. Ever since I thought I had COVID the other day, I've had like chest congestion and all that, so I apologize for that. I'm sure he's made people feel intimidated because of how hard his people go at others. Yeah, so it's not just his platform. But him himself, the entity that he is. People wanted to talk about the Amber Heard situation, right? And they wanted to say that Johnny was guilty. Johnny was this, Johnny was that. Well, when we seen the content, you could see who the real bully was in that situation. It's not always the men. Women can be awful too. So don't think that I'm against men or just for women. But me and myself as a woman, and I have a daughter, it is important to me that big men like him don't stomp on women, or little men that maybe don't have the heart, the ability to stand up for themselves, because there are men out there that are intimidated. And it's just wrong. And I hope he realizes it. But it's been this long now. It's almost 2 months in, and he's continued. Before he ever started that, he was doing the same things. I didn't even see, he took down, I guess, all of his content he done on Summer Wells and all that, where he created such a bad situation. And I'm curious to find out more about his involvement with Delphi, because I never knew that he had gotten involved in it. The influence does take responsibility. It does, living like time. You have to be responsible. And if you have 3 million followers, that is so reckless. Imagine, some of them people might not be right in the head. Like, look at Jeffrey Dahmer. Look at Ted Bundy. Look at John Wayne Gacy. Look at all the people who have committed crimes. And then him being this big entity, this big powerful man, his fans hear that, one of them might have something wrong in their head and then go hurt somebody because of what he said. And if this continues, that's highly likely. Something has to be done. I'm not saying take everything from him. No, but he does need to own up to this. He does owe people things. He has done a lot of bad. Like we watched, you've seen what cyberbullying is. This is criminal. This is a criminal level of that, because he's accusing people of being murderers. He's accusing her family. He's completely disregarded the fact that this is a 16-year-old little girl who was at a party, and the outcome was later she was found by AWP under 14 feet of water, 55 feet from the shore, and she was in the trunk. And AWP, their statements kind of alluded to what I thought I saw. I thought I saw her back there with no clothing, and it looked as if she was strapped in so that she wouldn't come out. People were saying, well, how did they know? Why did they go this route? If you see that, you're going to know that somebody else done this. And maybe they can't give out those details, obviously, because cops would, freak their shit, because that's a huge part of the investigation and not something they want to leak until they figure out who's responsible. Because they want to hear what they've got to say. They want to be able to tell if this person did it or not. Everything that law enforcement's doing, that law enforcement agency out there, it's Nevada County that's covering it, right? Well, Placer County, they have got a shady ass past and a current. There is Project Veritas here on YouTube. Their entire channel is built around the filth, all the things that have been done by Wayne Wu, the sheriff. Now you think Nevada County is just outside of there, and they're the ones having to take care of this case. And I imagine it's got to do with a lot of that. But they had to know that agency was doing dirty things. And I wonder if all of them are dirty. So if anybody out there locally knows much about the Nevada County Sheriff's Department, message me on Instagram or something, because that's another thing that needs to be taken care of. We don't need dirty law enforcement out here. That's what gives the blue line a bad name. Dirty cops. There are dirty cops, but one dirty cop shouldn't make all cops look bad. And then that's just the reality. And that's like with this situation we're going through right now. I know that what he's going to end up doing, like I said, is pretending as if this was all a big troll so he can wash his hands of us and make it look like it's the true crime community that done everything he did. But I know myself, I would never, ever act in that manner, accusing YouTubers of things and act just crazy accusations. Don't forget him writing Icked Mel's name down and XanaMayX and sell me all that crap he done. That's insane. And he was on something for sure. But I don't know. That's my opinion for sure. I don't know if he's going through some type of manic situation because of this lawsuit. And then he's like out here gaslighting everyone. Sue me, I don't care. When we seen how he reacted when Nicole Arbor once again sued him, he threw a fit. I watched that live, Ryan. I saw you that day. I saw the things you were saying. No, I didn't comment. I didn't get involved in the conversation, but I saw the way you reacted. And I saw how you reacted on Crime Lines and Lies with my friend Brooks, who is an amazing creator, by the way. You flipped out and was like, deuces, because she just asked you to stop stop your going crazy and being wild. Like, she was just trying to calm things down, and she done it in a respectful manner. And he freaks out and he leaves. And then over on Straight Shooting, when he was going on and saying awful things about XanaMay, did you know that Straight Shooting's videos were taken back down by YouTube because of what was discussed? So why has Ryan UpChurch's videos about that shit not been taken down? Ryan is no worse than any YouTube. That's what he's trying to portray. But you will not ever find on my end of things, in my circle, my part of the community, someone that would behave in that way. I do agree that there are YouTube creators that talk about true crime, and they could give a shit less about what they're saying or what they're covering. But a lot of us really do care. A lot of us have been through tragedy and lost children and had things like that happen. I know myself, I've had 2 instances where I lost my child. He passed away from necrotizing encephalitis. And it turns out, I just found out this year that Similac is responsible for that. Instead of using the right base for the formula, NeoSure, they were using a cow base, knowing that preemie babies, twins, stuff like that, babies in the NICU, that they can't have that. It's dangerous. Done it anyway, did not care. So now my baby passed away because of that. And then right before the Chris Watts situation, my father passed away on August 10th of 2018. He flipped over a hill with a lawnmower, 3,500-pound, zero-turn John Deere lawnmower on top of him. And all I could think was about, that situation and him being under there. I thought he smothered to death because my father and I both only have he had, and I have, one functioning lung. And that's all I could think about. Well, the funeral home where we had him, the funeral director that was involved and done everything with him, his embalmment and things, they said that he had a massive heart attack. I don't know if he really did, because the person that ran the funeral home is kin to my family and knew how much I love my dad and how that would affect everybody. So I don't know. I question it is what I'm trying to say. But tragedy, it gives you this connection to true crime. It's weird to explain, but a lot of the true crime creators that I watch, they've also went through tragedy, and that's why they're connected to these people. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. See, I may have missed it, but why do some YouTubers believe lies about XanaMay? I don't think they do believe it. It's that story, that agenda, trying to say that she's involved, gets views because of Ryan's involvement. That's why they're doing it, in my opinion. Because the people that were there that night, when you go on about that and you show actual facts and actual content, it doesn't get the views that it does if you start blaming YouTubers, because YouTubers have platforms. Their people's going to come watch to support. Then you got this other channel. You see what I'm saying? It brings more people to the forefront of what you're talking about. Ryan heats this up for sure. From the beginning, he accused people. Every other day, he has a new victim, and many follow him. That's the problem. Absolutely. Yeah. So you guys, if anyone would like to come up before I end this stream, you're welcome to. I can put the link in the comments once again. But if you haven't already, please slap a like on this video and share it. It needs to be out there for people to see. It needs to be out there for many, many people so we can get the truth heard, so we can get just the fact that cyberbullying is wrong. Online bullying hurts in real life. I've said it, and I've said it, and I've said it. I can't believe it's weird that this campaign's been going on, and then this situation comes about, and it's the largest case of bullying I've ever seen. There are too many questions that XanaMay herself created. No, people want to trip her up. They ask her different questions. And then if she talks about something she hasn't talked about, they freak out. Her story has stayed the same. She just starts to give more detail about it, and people want to catch her up. So I really support XanaMay. She's shown me things that are private. I am comfortable in supporting her. There's a reason for that. See, can you give a specific example with the sources? Well, thank you, A. See, humans lie 200 times a day. I guess she got confused. So with XanaMay, she comes from a different culture. Her English is her third language. She has been harassed and bullied. Her nerves are torn all to pieces. She went out there to help, and it wasn't even around the time that this happened. She went after to search, and I was even told that she went to the wrong campground. So, that kind of messes their story up right there. But she's a good person. Her family is amazing. I've talked to her mama. Her mother is just absolutely amazing. And I will be going out there. We were talking about doing like a little vacay at one of the cabins at the Tahoe area, because I want to come out and document things. I want to interview some of the people that knew Kiely and just document who she was, make a beautiful piece about her, something about her. And then also, aside from that, I want to do some stuff with XanaMay, get some interviews and just share who she is, because she's a strong woman. And our goal is to try and clean up the internet. And then my other goal, it's true crime and helping others. But with XanaMay, she's been cyberbullied. I have too. That's what went down with my other channel. That's why my big channel is now this channel, and my little channel is I've barely done anything with it. So it's there though if you guys want to go subscribe. And that's what I'll be doing in the future. She's a good person, and everybody ain't going to believe everything. People who want to believe what Ryan's saying are going to believe what he's saying. There's either two things, you see. Either you're not very intelligent, or you've got something wrong with you and you don't understand what's really going on, and that's why you believe him. Or you know the truth and you don't give a shit and you're just following him because he's Ryan UpChurch. Or maybe you just, I don't know. Maybe you understand and you're trying to help, but you are confused. It's something like that. I don't get why people think these things. Hey, Angie. Let's see. Which war? She did. She rescued her family from Ukraine, but she did it in a way that is legal. I'm not going to go into details about where anybody went, nothing like that, because I don't want to put them at risk. But I can tell you that the situation is been done legal. Her niece, they're trying to get her, Americanized so she can have something here. She's been trying to help her family, help them with like the whole process. She's a wonderful person. And I can't help it. I can't stand for people. She's also a 2-time veteran. When I say that, I mean she served in 2 different wars. She's just great. And I hope people start to see the truth and see that it's not okay to harass and bully others. So again, thank you all for being here. If you'd like to, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you've liked the video. If you want to donate, you can. All of my information is scrolling across the screen, or it's in the bio below. We appreciate any donations, but you can just subscribe, and that helps. I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to my other channel, Mysterious Case Files. That would really help. That way I can grow the funds to be able to get out there and help other people. But you do not have to do that. Just make sure you're subscribed, like the video, and share it so that we can get this message out there. No matter what, I'm going to keep spreading my message, and it will keep growing. That's just how it works. If you plant a flower and you keep watering it and taking care of it, it grows. And this is going to grow too. So thank you guys. I love you all. Toodles.